Today I want to talk to you guys about how to go about changing your company name here in the UK. So if you're a business owner and you are at the point where you're actually thinking about changing your company name for whatever reason, then I'm going to be talking you through how to do that. Now, I actually got asked this question by one of my subscribers, and I did promise that I was going to make a video on it. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to talk you through some of the reasons why you might want to change your company name. I'm also going to be telling you about what the risk involved in changing your company name is, and we are going to be doing a full tutorial on how exactly you can go about changing your company name. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Tess and I'm a UK-based qualified accountant, and on this channel I share lots of useful videos such as this to help entrepreneurs like yourself. So if you are interested in learning more, then do make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. So let's dive straight into it. So one of the reasons you might decide you want to change your company name might actually be because you've actually outgrown that particular company name. Now, it might be that when you first started your business, you may have started with a few core products and services, and now along the way, you might have decided that you want to actually change your offering to your customers, and that particular company name no longer serves that purpose. So at that point, you might decide that now might be a good time to change your company name. Another reason you might decide to actually change your company name might be because you've actually changed the region in which your business operates, or maybe you have actually changed owners. Okay, so if you've moved to a new geographical location, for instance, your business name might have to change. Okay, so maybe if your business name was actually named after a particular location, maybe if it was Sheffield Motors or Newcastle, logistics or something like that, and you've actually now moved the business to a different geographical location, it might make sense to actually then change that particular company name. Now, similarly, if your business was actually founded on the name of a particular person who is no longer present, then it might actually also make sense to change your company name for that particular reason, as that particular business owner maybe has now moved on or is no longer present for whatever reason. The next reason you might have to change your company name might actually be because you are legally being forced to do that. Now, this might be because you've actually received a demand from another company for breaking their trademark, or in fact for registering a name that is too similar to theirs. If this is the case, you need to make sure that before you actually switch over and change your company name, you need to make sure that you're actually following the right rules this time around and making sure that you are not registering that company in a name that might also fall into the same predicament. Now, before you go ahead actually changing your company name, it's important that you're aware about some of the risks that you need to know before you actually change your company name. The first risk is the fact that you might potentially lose quite a lot of brand awareness and brand recognition, okay? Because if you have been in business for quite a considerable length of time, it's likely that you've been building up that brand for a long time, and therefore when you change your company name, it's likely that your brand might actually be affected. So you do need to think about this. The second risk to changing your company name is that you can actually risk losing customer loyalty, because quite a lot of your customers might actually think that maybe you've stopped trading entirely, or perhaps the business is now being run by someone else entirely. So it's important to think about some of the pros and cons involved before you actually decide to change your company name. Now, a few things to consider before you actually change your company name. The first thing is that when you change your name on Companies House, you are not going to get a new certificate of incorporation. Instead, what you will get is a certificate of incorporation on change of names. The second thing you need to be aware of is that your old name will actually still remain on Companies House register. Okay, instead, what will happen is that that old name will actually fall under previous company's name field. Okay, so your old company name will definitely still appear there. despite you actually changing your company name. So it's actually important that you are aware of this. Right, so I'm going to be showing you how you can actually change your company name. Okay, so I'm going to actually do this straight from Google so that you know what steps you need to take to actually get to the relevant link. Okay, so I'm on Google, and all you want to do is basically type in change company name on Companies House, because you will be doing it on Companies House. And you want to click this where it says change a company name, because the form is called NMO1. So that's the form you're going to need to complete. Now, what you want to do is basically click change your company's name online, because I think this is actually the fastest way you can do it. You can, of course, do it via paper, so print it out by PDF and then fill out the form and send it off to Companies House. But I think the faster way to do this is actually doing it online. So you just click where it says change company's name online, and then you want to sign into your web filing. Now, one thing I do want to state here is I see a lot of my clients sometimes make this mistake, is that when you register your company on Companies House, they will often send you quite a lot of details. So they'll send you your activation code, which is usually valid for a month. They'll also send you your company number, and they will tell you to do quite a lot of things, one of which includes actually signing up for your corporation tax. Okay, but another thing a lot of people miss out is the fact that they need to have a web filing account. So you do need to create a web filing account. This is not automatically created for you. It's something you have to do. Okay, if you don't have one, don't panic. It's very easy. All you need to do is when you get to this page here, you basically just click create a new account. Okay, and you basically put your full name, you put your email address and your mobile number, and you'll get all the other details in the relevant email address. Ideally, if you're signing up for a new web filing address, try and make sure you use the same email address where you want to receive regular correspondence from Companies House. Okay, so that it's easier for you to keep track of all the details and all the correspondences that you're getting via email from Companies House, from HMRC, and all the other government agencies. So let's dive straight into it then. So I already have a web filing account details that I'm going to use. So what you want to do is you want to sign in. So I'm currently in the web filing account, and once you get here, what you need to do is you need to click file for a company. Okay, and then you want to basically enter in your company number. So once you've entered your company details, what you need to do is basically confirm and continue. Okay, and then you want to go to where it says all forms. And what you want to do is basically go under where it says change of name. Okay, so there's actually two different types of services you can have with this. You can have a change of name, which is a same day service, or you can have a change of name, which is a standard service. Okay, and they have different prices. If you want to do it on the same day, then that would usually cost you £30. If you want to do it on a standard service, then that would usually cost you £8. So I'm just going to go on the same day service. Once you get here, you want to make sure that you've actually put in your proposed name. Okay, and you want to make sure that you select the relevant ending. In that case, it will be LTD, limited, or whatever ending that you actually decide. And then once you've done that, you want to click confirm. Once you've done this, you'll be asked to put in the date of the resolution. Now, this basically means that you have agreed with all the relevant directors and shareholders of that company that there can be a name change to the company. Okay, because Companies House will need to know that this has been agreed by all those who have relevant interests and shares in the company. Once you've done this, you will be taken to the final page, which will ask you to actually submit this form. So that's how you'd go about changing your company's name on Companies House. Now, there might be instances where you might need to actually get a virtual address for your company, or you might actually be thinking about striking off your company, or you have a dormant company and you're thinking of what you want to do with that particular company. If that's the case, I do have videos on those topics, so do make sure you watch those after you watch this. And if you haven't already done so, please take the time to give this video a like, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video.